Welcome to Edinboro Television. I am Brady West.
And I'm Ben Jackson, and this is your weekly news update.
On Wednesday, Edinboro University hosted a Make-A-Wish reveal in Macomb Fieldhouse. It was a Make-A-Wish awareness night in Macomb for the Borough-Gannon basketball doubleheader. Donations were taken with the purchasing of stars and were accepted that night as well. The university's SAAC worked hard to put the evening together. Edinboro's ROTC started off with delivering 8-year-old Bella of Meadville with a lay that was followed by every borough sports team delivering a gift to her before unveiling that she was going to be going to Hawaii to swim with the dolphins, making her wish come true.
Fear struck the Penn State Barron campus last Friday when threats of a shooting and a bomb were called in by an unknown suspect. According to ErieTVNews.com, police conducted a sweep of all campus buildings but found no trace of any threats. Students and faculty were asked to shelter in place while police investigated the threat. The investigation into the threat is continuing, and we will bring you more on this story as the details come along.
A drug sweep that rocked Erie County this past week as 20 individuals from across the country have been arrested and/or indicted in front of a grand jury in Erie. According to YourErie.com, the suspects will face charges of violation of federal drug laws, retaliation against a witness or informant, and money laundering. The individuals engaged in distributing and possessing 150 kilograms of cocaine, ounces of high-purity methamphetamine, and ounces of heroin. For information on all indictments of the suspects, you can go to YourErie.com.
On Tuesday, February 3rd, fire trucks from several departments surrounding the Edinboro area were lined up along Darrow Road. Outside the College Park apartments, the College Park Community Center was shut down for a short time when a smoking dryer in the laundromat set off the alarms. One property manager, Erin Castatore, was driving by when she saw the fire trucks. Castatore said the dryer filtered caused the smoke. No injuries were reported, and the community center is open.
On Saturday, February 7th, the Penelec, a First Energy company, welcomed several potential line workers to Edinboro University in a partnership that could help build careers for 24 individuals. Leslie Schaefer has more on the story.
Edinboro University greeted Penelec employees with open arms this past weekend as the recent partnership brought new possibilities for Penelec, a First Energy company, and the Pareco Community College.
Last fall, Penelec approached Edinboro University with the idea that they would locate their Power Systems Institute in Erie.
Edinboro University's partnership with Penelec began when the company approached the university on a new institute that would be located in Erie that would train men for the role of a line worker.
So the First Energy parent company of Penelec has this institute, Power Systems Institute, that collaborates with universities to provide not only the training for electric utilities linemen, but also college education.
With the new partnership, students will attend Edinboro University and receive an associate's degree, but they will also face the physical endurance that every Penelec employee must face.
Well, the academic curriculum will be some of the general education skills courses, English, math, computer skills, programs like that. And of course, the Penelec piece of it is learning how to climb those wooden poles and learning how to work safely with electricity.
The university will provide housing for students and will commute to Pareco for academic courses and training. The enrollment will be competitive since there are only 24 seats open for admission.
It's also going to be very, very competitive. There will only be 24 slots available in this particular program. So as you saw today, we had several hundred people here.
Starting in August of this year, students will have 2.5 days of academic work and 2.5 days of skills training at Pareco College. The program is a 21-month process with a job opportunity with Penelec waiting at the end.
We're very excited about the program, not only at Edinboro University, but of course at the Pareco College campus as well, and we can't wait to get started.
Reporting for Edinboro Television, I'm Leslie Schaefer.
Coming up, we have a discussion on the planetarium and a panel that is bringing recognition to the campus media. Stay tuned.
I got no balls for losing.
Charging. He's in VFib.
Shocking.
Drives it road all the time. Just had a few drinks. Just can't be happening.
Are we clear?
Clear.
We're just buzzed.
Just buzzed. You didn't tell us that, sir. You're right. This isn't happening. You'll be fine.
I feel good.
Really?
No, not really.
Buzz driving.
Clear.
Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal.
Shocking.
Hey, good game. Oh, there we go. Great game, man.
Let's go get a win!
This year's MVP goes to Jake.
Take steroids and eventually everyone will see you for what you really are. A fake, a fraud, an asterisk. Don't be an asterisk.
Listen, I know you're upset, but it was just one date. And dating's like the stock market. There's ups and downs and ups and... So always buy low.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you.
This is a man who almost learned to walk at a rehab center that almost got built by people who almost gave money. Almost gave. How good is almost giving? About as good as almost walking.
If you have ever thought about studying abroad, it is never too soon to get planning, whether you choose to study independently or study with a university sponsored program. It is best to start where you would want to travel. If you think studying abroad is for you, the next meeting will be held on February 18th in Reader Hall from 3:30 till 5:30. To learn more information and find out about your study placement options, head to www.edinboro.edu and search Study Abroad.
Dr. Hurd, geoscience professor and planetarium director, led the show Legends of the Night Sky in Edinboro University's planetarium on Tuesday, February 3rd, where the program featured the Legend of Orion. On Tuesday, February 10th at 7:00 p.m., the planetarium will hold its Valentine's Day special called Love and War about Venus and Mars. Following the show, guests are offered to tour the museum and are welcomed into the observatory when there are clear skies. All shows are free to the public, though reservations are required as seating is limited. After the Valentine's Day special, the next show will be offered on March 3rd at 7:00 p.m.
The Journalism and Public Relations Department will hold a panel on the changes of technology in the media and public relations industry on Thursday, February 12th. The panel will consist of young media professionals from Erie to as far as Butler County. These panel members will be joined by a student leader that will represent their campus media organization during the panel. The panel will be held in Compton Hall 102A and is free and open to the public.
Coming up, we have your global news, followed by your weather forecast for this week. Stay tuned.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
Suis la cadence, on devient tes hanches au bal du dimanche. Danse, que la fête commence. Dans ma belle robe blanche, je suis ton chou.
You didn't give up on sex. Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.
Welcome to Global News. I'm Taylor Buffington. President Obama has revealed the fiscal budget for 2016, and it's been revealed to be $3.99 trillion. According to Newser.com, the $3.99 trillion in spending meets with projected revenue of $3.53 trillion for a deficit of $474 billion. On Wednesday, February 4th, the TransAsia Airways flight made Mayday due to a problem with the engine. According to CNN.com, the plane crashed into a river in Taiwan, killing at least 32 people. Among the other matters that happened, 11 people are missing and 15 people survived. Many of those who survived were injured, and 2 people were also hurt on the bridge when the wing of the plane clipped the bridge. Just days after ISIS burned a Jordanian fighter pilot alive, the nation hit back with airstrikes. They are claiming hits on ISIS training centers and arms and ammunition depots, according to CNN. Jordanian Foreign Minister Nasser Judeh told CNN that the airstrikes were the mark of the beginning of the retaliation over the pilot's death. Coming up is a look at your weather forecast for this week, followed by the Fighting Scots Sports Report. Keep watching.
I got no pulse, singles, and
shocking shows at road all the time. Just had a few drinks. Just can't be happening.
Are we clear?
Clear.
We're just buzzed.
Just buzzed. You didn't tell us that, sir. You're right, this isn't happening. You'll be fine.
We need to switch this.
I feel good.
Really?
No, not really.
Buzz driving.
Clear.
Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal.
Shocking.
Danse, balance, suis la cadence. On devient tes hanches au bal du dimanche. Danse, que la fête commence. Dans ma belle robe blanche, je suis ton chou.
You didn't give up on sex. Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
Hi, I'm Tracy Geibel with your weekly weather forecast. Here I have a map with the high and low pressure systems that you're going to be seeing throughout the week. Here up in the north, we're going to see some high pressures, and over into the east, you're going to see some low pressures. Where those pressures are meeting, especially in through the middle of the country, you might see some higher winds because of them. Now let's take a look at our weekly forecast. Here on Tuesday, we're going to have a 30% chance of snow. That's going to mostly be in the morning. As we get into the afternoon and the evening, we're going to see mostly cloudy skies, a high of 26 and a low of 16. And look at that. The warm temperatures are going to continue into Wednesday. Wednesday, you're going to see some mostly cloudy skies with a high of 34, low 25. You might see some snow mixed in there. It's about a 40% chance of snow. On Thursday, we have a 60% chance of snow with a high of 24. But as we get into the evening, we're going to see temperatures really drop. It's going to hit 1 degree as the low. On Friday, our high is going to be 8 degrees and a low of 2. Look at those temperatures. It's going to be cold, people. You're going to have to bundle up, but there isn't going to be snow. On Saturday, Valentine's Day, we're going to have a 60% chance of snow. You're going to see about 1 to 3 inches, so you're going to want to stay warm. Your low is going to be -2. Sunday, it's going to be mostly overcast, a high of 16, and that temperature is going to be low again as you get into the evening. It's going to be -3. On Monday, we're going to have a high of 19. The temperature's looking good again and a low of 12. Now let's look at the temperature in the past. Actually, just last year in 2014, we had 106.3 inches of snow. That's 5.4 inches less than the average of 100.9 inches that we get throughout the year here in Edinboro. Most snow on the ground last year was 9 inches. Most of those days were in February, but there is that one day in November last year when we also had a lot of snow. 8 record low temperatures throughout 2014. Just one of them was actually in February. It was the very last day, February 28th, at a low of -7 degrees Fahrenheit. And that's all I have for you this week. We'll take a look at the Scots Sports Report with Tyler Trumbauer, and I'll see you next week.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
Danse, balance, suis la cadence. On lève bien tes hanches au bal du dimanche. Danse, que la fête commence. Dans ma belle robe blanche, je suis ton chou.
You didn't give up on sex. Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.
Hello and welcome to this week's Fighting Scots Sports Report. I am Tyler Trumbauer. The top story this week is a coaching change for the football team. Offensive coordinator Mike Miller will not be returning for the 2015 season, leaving head coach Scott Browning searching for his second offensive coordinator in as many years. Miller informed the team on Thursday morning. Miller signed a one-year deal with Edinboro last July and has secured a coaching job in a developmental league. Miller would not reveal any specifics on the new gig until an official announcement is made over the summer. The wrestling team clinched a share of the EWL dual meet title against George Mason 2 weeks ago and looked to keep it all to itself Friday night against Lock Haven. A win for the Fighting Scots not only would give them sole possession of the title, it also would complete their second straight perfect season in the EWL, 11 straight league wins for Edinboro overall. At 125, Corey Mines got things off to a good start with this second period takedown as he cruised to a 6-1 decision to give Boro an early 3-0 lead. After Lock Haven took a 5-3 lead at 133, Mitchell Port pinned Bobby Ream in 3:34 to put the Scots back into the lead where they'd stay for the remainder of the match. That was the third straight fall for Port. Pat Jennings won by an 11-4 decision at 174, helped by this 2-point reversal in what was the most active match of the night. 184-pounder Vic Avery, who also won on Friday night, talked about the upcoming week leading into Ohio State.
It's getting your body ready. We're still training hard. We train for March. I'm not training for the Lock Haven kid. I lifted hard this week. We conditioned hard. So I'm not, we're not all as poppy as we can be, but that's the name of the game. You need to train for March. So I'm going to taper down a little bit for the Ohio State match. Kenny Court's a solid kid, and hopefully it's live in here with 3,500 plus fans. And then we can make something happen, make it a special night. Hopefully we can pull the upset.
The Fighting Scots also hosted the Edinboro Open on Saturday, where multiple underclassmen battled various Division I and Division II colleges and their talents, some of the best around the nation. None of Edinboro's starters competed, and the squad now prepares for its big battle against one of the top-ranked teams in the nation, Ohio State. That match is scheduled for Sunday at 1 p.m. in Macomb Fieldhouse. And remember, no student IDs will be accepted as admission. The women's basketball team fell a bit short in its first meeting with Gannon this season, so the Fighting Scots were looking for some revenge Wednesday night in Macomb. This one was an instant classic between the crosstown rivals. Before it got underway, head coach Stan Swank was honored for winning his 500th career game at Edinboro, which he eclipsed over winter break. We pick it up in the second half. Gannon's Morgan Neighbors drains the three to put the Gold Knights in the lead 43-40, but Lauren Hippo put Boro back in the lead 46-40 with about 5 minutes left in the second half. Gannon rallied back the lead to 48-46 by way of Brittany Batts' tray, but it went to overtime. Gannon scored the first 6 points of OT, but Boro got the final word here. With 15 seconds left, Anya Freeland found Nicole Johnson, who makes a great catch and finish as the Scots win 55-54. Laura Lindsay knows how big a win is for Boro against Gannon.
Our record's not as good as it's been in the past, so I think any win is a good win, and anytime you can beat Gannon is extraordinary, so we were really pleased.
That win also qualified the ladies for the PSAC playoffs. The ladies defeated Mercyhurst on Saturday 77-51. They are now 16-6 overall and 13-5 in the PSAC. The team will remain in the borough for the next week, hosting Slippery Rock on Wednesday and nationally ranked Indiana University of Pennsylvania on Saturday. The SRU game on Wednesday can be seen live on ETV or online at edinboro.tv. The men's basketball team took a 4-game winning streak into its tilt with the Golden Knights on Wednesday, looking to keep it rolling. It was a battle in front of a large crowd that night against the Fighting Scots. We picked things up late in the first half. Gannon was off to a good start, but this Jamin Mason 3 cut the Golden Knights lead to 26-19 with 6:27 left before the half. Fast forward to late in the second half, a close ball game now when Gerben Smith of Gannon drains this step-back jumper to give Gannon a 62-61 lead. Gannon missed some free throws late to open the door for the Scots, but the Scots failed to capitalize, falling 66-61. The men fell to Mercyhurst on Saturday by a score of 61-53. They are now 11-11 overall and 8-10 in the PSAC. Boro will host SRU and IUP this week on Wednesday and Saturday at 7:30 and 3 p.m. respectively. The SRU contest can be seen live on ETV and online at edinboro.tv. The wheelchair basketball team played for the last time in Macomb this season as it hosted the CID tournament on Friday and Saturday. The Rolling Scots faced off against Illinois in their second game of the tournament. It was all Illinois in this one, though, against the Fighting Scots. The Illini were up 29-17 in the first half before Derek Strickland drained this one. He finished with 10 points. However, it was mostly Illinois from there. They got the hoop and the harm here as they coasted to a 56-35 win in this one. And Edinboro finished 1-2 overall in the tournament. Junior and team captain Derek Strickland talked about team communication in losses.
Can take communication and try and work on it more than when we do so. Usually when the game gets tougher, we'll shut down and stop communicating, and we need to learn to be able to communicate through those times so that we can keep moving forward and build back up.
The team lost to Wisconsin Whitewater in the first game of the tournament and defeated Indiana Purdue Fort Wayne 70-19 in the final game of the event. The Scots will participate in the University of Illinois tournament this upcoming Friday and Saturday. The indoor track and field team competed in the Oberlin Invitational on Saturday. The ladies had a great day in Geneva, Ohio, as they finished in second out of 5 teams in the team scores. Brianne Dietrich led the way as she was part of 3 first-place finishes on the day. Casey Jones had 2 firsts herself. Also, Elizabeth Narkovic took first place in the high jump. The ladies will compete in the GVSU Big Meet on Friday and Saturday. That's all for this week. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at ETV Sports to stay up to date on all the latest Borough athletic happenings.
Bring this sweet.
Danse, balance sur la cadence, ondule bien tes hanches au bal du dimanche. Danse, que la fête commence. Dans ma belle robe blanche, je suis ton chou.
You didn't give up on sex? Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.
That's all the news we have for this week.
Make sure to like us on Facebook at Edinboro Television and follow us on Twitter at Borough Television. If you have any story ideas, email us at edinborotv.gmail.com. Thanks for watching and have a great night.